Hello Logic friends, how you doing? It's GF, and just want to show you real quick how to create a drum kit in EXS24. So we have EXS24 on a track.
List setting button.
I'm in the settings window of the EXS24. So this is where we'll start. In my settings, I have my view automatically set to controls. So all I have to do is go to the end of the screen. So I'm going to do that.
Scroll area.
Interact with the scroll area.
Interact with scroll area.
And go down to edit and then right arrow
open button.
over to open.
Press open button.
Now I'm in my EXS24 edit window.
Empty scroll area. Zones selected. Radio button. EXS
so
zoom button.
This is the
EXS24 instrument editor. Instrument number 7973.
So we have here nothing. There's no sound on the loaded into the sampler. There's no, nothing anywhere. We're in an abyss right now. So let's put something in here. Let's look for a kick drum. Let's see. We will press Control O, which will then open up our file add dialog.
Banks folder. July 6th. List
I'm gonna go and look.
Alchemy samples folder.
Let's
Lil J producers gold pack 1 folder.
just
List
do
view.
this,
Breaks and beats kit.
just because I already know what
list view. Big braided up
this
kit
is all
folder. Bump and
about.
grind kit folder.
Bump and grind kit. So I'm gonna
List view.
open that. Now let's let's not use bump and grind
Big
kit.
braided up kit folder.
Let's use braided up kit. All right, so let's look for a kick drum in here. This is just a regular browser.
Braided up kit samples folder.
So I didn't do too much explaining. It just kind of pops up a regular browser. So it's in list mode. So you down arrow and up arrow and stuff like that through the list. So right now I'm in a list. I'm gonna stop interacting though, so I can get at the play button that's right to the
Stop
right
interacting
of
with
that.
scroll area. Play button.
Boom. Hit that.
Press play button. Scroll area.
And then I can down arrow, voice over left arrow back to the scroll area. Then when you down arrow,
Cool FX and samples 30.w
you should
play
hear.
button.
Oh,
Press stop
there we go.
button. Scroll area.
Kick.
21. Brunchy claps. Brunch. Dope kicks. Dope kicks. Dope kicks. Dope kicks. 37. Dope kicks. Dope kicks. 40.wav. Dope kicks. Dope kicks. Dope kicks. Dope kicks. Dope kicks. Hi hat. Dope kicks. 45.wav.
All right, let's just use that one just for the heck of it.
Stop. Add button.
Add.
Press add. Dimmed button.
And then we're gonna go all the way to the end where it says done.
Default button. Can't done. Default button.
But we're really not done because now this next screen is where you are going to choose your sample length and where you want to put it. So let's hit done.
Contiguous zones. Selected. Radio button.
Yep,
3 of 3.
that's what we want. Contiguous zones.
Zone width. 1. Slider.
One note. That's
Logic
what we
Pro X
want.
has notes. Start note.
Start note.
C1.
Since
Slider.
this is the kick, it's going to be
Logic Pro
definitely
X has new window.
it's going to be on C1. So we're going to
Cancel.
since
C1.
I didn't
Slider.
have to interact with the slider because I didn't have to change it.
Cancel.
So we're going to go to OK.
Default button.
And then our
Zones.
kick drum
Selected.
is
Logic
right
Pro
there.
X.
So then we're going to do it again.
Interact 0 files added.
We're going to look for a
FX and
snare.
samples.
Stop
interacting with
interacting. Play button.
Crisp snares. Crisp
And you
snares.
can play-
30.wav waveform audio. 10 kilobytes.
You can play the drums while you listen. Like you can, while I'm listening, previewing snares, I can kind of hit that.
Crisp snares. 20 crisp snares. Brunchy claps. Brunchy claps. Brunchy claps. Brunchy claps. Brunchy claps. Dope kicks. Brunchy clap. Crisp snare. Crisp snares. Crisp snares. Crisp snares.
I like
29.
that. I'm going to use that.
Stop button. Add button.
So I'm going to add.
Press add.
And remember, we're
Dim,
going to go
done.
to the
Default
end,
button. Done.
or to
Default
done,
button.
but we're not done. Because now we got to change the key.
Okay. Default. Cancel. But C1.
It
Slider.
puts me on the OK button by default. When you go in there after the first time, it always is going to put you on the OK button. So then you have to go back to the key selection area. All right, so
C1. Slider.
slider, interact with the slider.
Interact with slider.
I want this on D, so VO shift and right arrow
C#1. D1.
until it says D1. Stop interacting.
Stop interacting with slider.
Voice over right arrow.
Cancel button. OK. Default
OK.
button.
There
Zones.
we go.
Selected.
Now we
Radio
have
button.
kick snare.
Logic Pro X has new dialog.
It's kind of a whack kit, but it's just a demo. Okay, so we've got that. We've got our kit here. Now let's do some hi-hats so I can demonstrate how you do mute groups. That's what I'm trying to think of. All right, so we're gonna Control O. We'll start getting faster at this the more you do it. Stop interacting. Play button.
Press stop.
There we
button.
go. And
Scroll
go
area.
back to the scroll area.
Cool effect. Crisp snares.
Looking for
26
hi-hat.
AV waveform audio. 3 kilobytes. Wave run. Door kicks. Hi-hats and crashes. Hi-hats and hi-hats and hi-hat hi-hats and hi-hats and crashes. 29 WAV wave. Hi-hat door kicks. Hi-hats and crashes. 25 hi-hat
I kind of like that one.
29
I'm gonna use that one
waveform
just
audio.
because it's a little
13
grimier.
kilobytes.
But then,
Waveform audio. Hi-hats pop in hi-hats and hi.
okay, we'll use that one.
Stop button. Add button.
Add.
Press done. Default
Done.
button.
Half the
Okay,
time it's
default
taken up
button. Cancel
looking for
button.
samples, really.
C1. Slot interact with slider.
I want that on F sharp.
C D1 D1 F1 F sharp 1. Stop interact cancel. Okay. Default button.
Okay button. See,
Zones.
the more you do it, the
Selected
faster
radio
you
button.
get.
1 of 2.
Next,
Logic Pro X has new
we
dialog.
need an open
Interact.
hi-hat.
Cool FX and samples. 30. Stop inter play button. Do kick do hi-hats and pop in percussion hi-hats pop in
There
pop in
isn't
pop in
one.
percussion pop in puff snare 6 shakers snaps rise rim shot hi-hats and crashes 26
I'll
WAV
just use
waveform
that.
audio. Stop button. Add button.
Just for the sake of the demo.
Press add dimmed button.
Okay. We're gonna
Done. Default
go to
button.
done, but we're not done. They should
Okay,
call it the
default
done, but
button.
you're not done button.
Cancel but C1 slider
See, well, we
interact
want
with
that
slider.
on B flat, so that's gonna be A sharp.
G sharp 2 A sharp 1 C1
Yeah, I think it's A sharp one.
C sharp 1 D1 F sharp G sharp A1 A sharp 1.
Yep.
Stop inter cancel button. Okay.
Okay.
Default button. Zones.
Now we're gonna have to flip into group mode, so we're gonna go back to the top of the screen.
Zones selected radio button.
Your
1 of 2.
zones is selected now. We want to go one over to the right.
Groups
Go to
radio button.
groups.
2
We're
of 2.
gonna hit vote space on that.
Press groups.
Now
Selected
we're in
radio
groups
button.
mode. Now
2
we're
of
gonna
2.
look for our table.
Group view show EXS20 table row 4 of 4.
All right.
Group
Now we're gonna
number-
hit our hi-hat that we put on F sharp.
Group number 4 0%.
There it is. Now I'm going to interact with the table. Just a really quick side note, I'm moving left to right as I move through the controls in this table because each key has its own row. So just remember you're working in rows and not columns here. Keep that in mind.
Interact
And
with
I'm going to
table.
go to where it says exclusive.
Low, high, poly, exclusive pop-up button.
Put that, okay, that's a pop-up button. So you vote space on
Menu
that.
check mark.
Down arrow
Class 1.
to class 1.
Press class 1. Class 1.
Press
pop-up
that.
Button.
Then you do then you reach over to your keyboard and you
Pop-up button.
tap your hi-hat. You'll hear that it changes. It just says pop-up button. So if I go back to this one,
Class 1.
that's already assigned. So by it doing this, it tells us that it will keep your position, just move your key. So all you have to do is from this hi-hat, which is already in group 1, you tap this one
Pop-up button.
and you vote space,
Menu check mark.
down arrow,
Class 1.
class 1, and then you vote space again.
Press class 1.
Now
Class
you've
1.
added
Pop-up button.
this hi-hat to this group. So now this close hi-hat will mute it.
Class 1. Pop-up
And if
button.
you don't move, if you don't stop
Stop interacting
interacting,
with table. Row 3
and
EXS show view menu
move a
button.
couple back, it's going to bother you. It's going to keep talking because every time you tap a key, it's going to announce where it jumped you to. So now, of course, nobody would use this kit in their right mind, but we have a drum kit. So, you know, just a little stupid ditty to show you that mute groups work. So now let's just say we want to save this kit. We've got our sounds in place. We've got our mute groups in place. Let's save it.
Group menu zone menu group view menu button.
So
Show velocity button.
we're right here where we need to be.
Zones
We're
radio
going to go
button.
back
1
to
of
the
2.
top where it says zones and groups. Doesn't matter where you are. We're in groups right now.
Groups selected radio
Doesn't
button.
matter
2 of
because
2.
that's where we were last. We're more focused on the next
Instrument menu
button,
button.
which is the instrument menu button. You're gonna vote space on that.
Menu. New.
Down arrow
Open.
to
Save as ellipsis.
save as.
Interact with dialog.
And
Save
we're
sampler
gonna
instrument
call
as
this-
sampler instrument. .x's. Sampler instrument is
We're gonna
selected. Save
call
as.
this
Edit.
dumb kit.
Selection replace.
DUMB
D.
kit. Okay, and
D.
I already
Delta.
have it.
Where sampler instruments.
It saves
where,
it in sample
pop-up,
instruments.
Dumb kit. .x's.
So,
Contents. Save.
Just
Default button.
save, and there you go. Our
Logic
kit
Pro
is in
intro.
there. Now,
Logic Pro X has new dialog.
because it's on a channel strip right now, it's only a sampler instrument right now. It's not a patch. In order to make it a patch
Groups. Zones.
that
Radio
will
button.
show
1 of
up
2.
in my user patches,
Groups. Selected. Zones. Radio button.
I
1
have
of 2.
to
Close
close
button.
this. Now that we've saved it, we call
Press
it
close
something.
button.
It'll allow you to close it.
Tracks. Toolbar. Tracks. Group.
We're going
Tracks.
to hit Y to open up the browser,
Library. Browser.
and then we're going to voice over right arrow
Delete.
to
Save button.
save button.
Save button. Save patch as. Save as.
And
Where?
we're going to save it as
Disclosure. Number default. Patch. Content selected. At press
Dumb
save
kit.
button. Selection replaced. D. U. P.
I can't type. DUMB kit.
N. Disclosure. Dumb kit. Content selected. Edit
Okay,
text.
so there it is. And
Where? Instrument.
that's
Where?
going to save
Top
that in
left.
instruments.
Dumb kit. Content selected.
So
Edit text.
just hit enter. That's your default.
Untitled 1.
And there you
Tracks
go.
Window. Save
Now,
button.
if
Save
I
button.
go
Save.
to
Save button.
our
Revert.
browser,
Tools. Library. Browser. Search library. User base. User patches.
user patches, let's
Alesis,
see what I
Senior,
have.
Bill Wither. Alesis. Senior 16.sf2.
I have a
patch. Mode to the select.
Alesis SR61 kit that I loaded in. I have some samples
Selected channel.
that I chopped up from, this is from another project. I have some claps. I've got an old drum machine. You know, so I've got, this is all the sounds that I've created, and got some voices there, and lo and behold, we have Dumb Kit. There it is. So now that has become a patch. Now let's say I want to like mess with the effects. You can do that. Then you just resave the patch in the library, and it'll save it with all of those channel strip settings. So anything that you do to that patch as far as effects or equalization or whatever, once you save it in the library, use the library save button. That's what adds it to your library with the channel strip settings and everything. Any effects that you add and all that stuff will be saved right along with it. So I hope this helped somebody. If there's any other questions, you guys know how to get me. Thanks a lot. Peace out.